Did you know M&M makes cars? No, not the kind that melts in your mouth and not in your hands, or that guy from 8 Mile, but Mahindra and Mahindra, one of India's largest automakers, they are now ready to pump billions of dollars into electrified vehicles. Welcome to the channel. My name's Kirk. This is Kirky Cars, a channel dedicated to electrified vehicles ranging from hybrids to fully battery electric vehicles and everything in the future when it comes to next generation propulsion technology. Mahindra and Mahindra is one of the largest automakers out of India. We don't see them in America. They don't bring them here for many different reasons, but they have tons of offerings in India and other countries as well. Like the Bolero is pretty cool. The Bolero reminds me of like a G-Wagon safari sort of vehicle. They have e-SUVs here. What's the XUV 400? Let's dive into it. We fun, we fast, we electric. It's the very first all-electric SUV from Mahindra. Here's some of the details on the interior. I mean, the interior looks pretty like last generation. Look at the small screen here, small screen here. I mean, this looks like almost like an Acura from 10 plus years ago on the inside. But hey, this is their fully electric vehicle. I think this styling on the outside is pretty cool. So I think Mahindra's got that going on for it. It kind of reminds me of a little Kia Seltos, hints of a Volvo XC40, for example. Pretty cool looking SUV. First Indian-made passenger vehicle with fast acceleration in the non-luxury segment with a 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 8.3 seconds with a top speed of 160 kilometers per hour, which is 100 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 in roughly 8 seconds. So extremely slow compared to the American market, but when you're talking about other markets, you're comparing apples to oranges. They say it has 456 kilometers of range, which in America, it might be as high as 250 miles after EPA conversions to our cycle here. Now, they've just announced on their YouTube page, they have a new lineup coming of electrified vehicles, not just that first vehicle we looked at. Here's their skateboard vehicle platform. You can stuff up to an 80 kilowatt hour battery in their new platform, 175 kilowatt fast charge, which is kind of average nowadays, and then 80% battery charge in about 30 minutes. But is that starting from zero? Is that starting from 15%? They don't say. Now, looking at the interior of these new generation, this definitely looks far more modern than the last vehicle we looked at, with kind of like this panoramic screen. I don't see any breakups in the screen, maybe one right here, but it's kind of hard to see. So that's like an amazing jump up in technology from the last generation to this generation. Lots of ambient lighting, it looks like, in the vehicle. It is kind of hard to tell with the outside glares going on. Head-up display that actually looks really good here. Of course, they're going to show it in its best light, but the head-up display looks solid. I'll play the B-roll of their upcoming concepts in the background, but I want to go back to automotive news to jump into what's going on behind the scenes for Mahindra. They're dropping $1.2 billion in the new EV plant, and the plant will be near the western city of Pune. Could be butchering that name. Now, headquarters for Mahindra is in Mumbai, so this new plant in Pune is 90 miles southeast of Mumbai. Fully battery electric market in India is about 1%, and they sell about 3 million cars a year there, but the government wants to grow it to 30% by 2030. This new plant by Mahindra will take on domestic rival Tata Motors, and that dominates India's EV market with electric models of its Nexon SUV and Tigor hatchback. Tata's EV unit is valued at $9 billion. And also valued at $9 billion is Mahindra's new EV unit, which is invested in by British International Investment. And Mahindra's first electric SUV, the first one we showed on today's video, is expected to go on sale in January. And Mahindra also in August deepened its ties with Volkswagen, in which Volkswagen will supply parts for Mahindra's EVs. Now, if you're into the German end of things, I will be having German electrified vehicles here on this channel. I've been talking with BMW, Audi, hoping to hear back from Mercedes-Benz soon, and then also been in talks with Porsche. But switching over to Nikkei Asia, Toyota to power Aichi factory in Japan with wind. This is the Tahara plant where they build the Prado, the GX, The Forerunner, I think, is built there, and lots of legendary models coming from Toyota, and a ton of Lexus models is built at the Tahara plant as well. So they're installing 5 wind turbines on site that are 145 meters tall. And where it's located, it's kind of on a peninsula where it gets a ton of wind all year round. So you need that sustainable energy. They're saying it'll generate 43 gigawatt hours of electricity annually, and it should make up for about 15% of the electricity consumed by the plant. If my math's right, they would probably need around 30 to 35 of these windmills if they wanted to supply the whole plant with wind energy. The Tahara plant employs 8,000 workers and builds 300,000 cars per year. Last piece of news on this list, Panasonic agrees to supply EV batteries to the Lucid group. Now, Lucid, I see them down here in Southwest Florida because there's just so much money where I live, but they're kind of on the high end of the luxury battery electric market, and they came out with the Lucid Air. That's their first model. Lucid will use Panasonic batteries in its long-range Lucid Air and the upcoming Gravity SUV, which will be out in 2024. Here's the bad news when it comes to Lucid, though. They've halved their EV production back in August, blaming supply chain and logistic challenges. The company has 37,000 reservations, but now expects to produce between 6,000 and 7,000 luxury electric vehicles this year. So at this pace, they won't be able to match those reservations for another 6 years or so. Those reservations are going to go out the window when they can find a luxury BEV somewhere else. And the luxury automakers, the traditional ones, the Germans, even the ones here in North America, like Lincoln and Cadillac, and Genesis as well. Man, there's just not a lot of reasons in my mind that you would go for Lucid unless you just want something unique, something that is going to help you stand out a little bit. But I think a lot of people will be switching their reservations if they just can't get the products out in a timely manner. What do you guys think? I'll see you down below on today's news. Mahindra building EVs in a market that's, almost all of their power is derived from coal as well. So that's not, most of those EVs are going to be powered by fossil fuels, which, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next one. Stay tuned for more electrified industry news. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves and peace.